Hello! Oh my gosh, it's our first live. This is very exciting. I'm going to wait for a couple more people to come on, but while we're waiting, I want to say hello. I've got my coffee. Do you have your beverage of choice? I'm Noreen. This is my channel, The Crafty Organizer, and I'm a full-time professional organizer, but I love sharing things on YouTube like, whoops, excuse me, my computer just decided to say something. Okay, let me figure out how to mute on here. Anyway, I love doing all kinds of different things by helping you to get organized, to get clutter-free, which helps you live a much more tranquil and calm life. But I absolutely love doing upcycles, DIYs, crafting, and I enjoy having you on the journey with me. So welcome, hello, it's so nice to see you. The reason I'm doing this today, and what we're doing, by the way, is making this little paper birdhouse, which this isn't so much about the birdhouse as much as it is staying connected. I know I'm struggling lately with this whole quarantine thing. I'm not getting to see my friends and family the way I normally would. So I wanted to come up with something that we could do together. And I wasn't so much worried about the project as much as I was just getting to hang out with you and make it feel like it's a normal event. So if you don't already have your supplies ready, what we're going to need are, hopefully you got to download your template ahead of time. If not, go to the original link. This was from a different website. This isn't my design, but I thought it was super cute and simplistic, and I loved how easy it was. So go ahead and download the 2 pages that you'll need. You'll also need some scrapbook paper of your choice. So of course I'm going to go with what matches my office here. You'll also want scissors, a glue that you are comfortable with. I have my glue sticks. I'm also going to be using a little bit of tape just in case some of the edges don't stick the way I want them to. And what would a craft be without your glue gun? So I've got those things nearby. And then I've also got just a couple of cute little embellishments. I'm not sure how I'm going to want to embellish this until it's done. I let it speak to me. So the way this works, and again, it's just made out of paper, but I think it's such a cute little thing. Oh, and ribbon. Sorry, you'll need ribbon. So you just undo this, and the roof has some little slits in it, so it just slides off. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? So I'm going to really quick, and forgive me, I tried to figure out how to do a camera angle so you could see on my table and straightforward. I can't figure out how to do that. So I'm going to be showing you things like this as often as I can, and I promise if I do this again, I'll figure out, apparently there's some sort of software I need that allows me to do dual shots, so forgive me, next time I'll definitely have that. But I'm going to answer some of the quick questions here. It looks like people are asking where the link is, so let me see if I can get that to you. Oh, hello Brenda, hello Hazel, it's so nice to see you on here. Nona Beth is on here. Oh, I love seeing the names. In the comments, I read them all of the time, and it feels like I get to chat with a friend. And now seeing your names on here, it's just awesome. Thank you so much. Laura! Hi, Laura! Aw, that's so cool. Okay, give me 1 second where I figure out how to get you guys the template, okay? I think it'll be easier. If you go, I don't know if you can open up a second screen, but in my channel name, under the community tab was my original link, and that's where the template is. So let me see if I can do that, Hazel. You're so smart. Let me see if I can link it below. I can't pause. That sucks. Give me a second. Okay, so I go here. Let me go to my community. Oh, I think we got it. Okay, give me 1 second. Getting there, getting there. All right, I think I'm getting the link. Give me 1 more second. See, these are the things you don't know about until you're in the process of doing it and you realize that would have been a good idea ahead of time. All right. Okay, I'm putting it in the link right now. Perhaps. Leave me a comment below if you have awesome computer skills, because I swear I was one of those 80s kids when computers were new and it was the giant big clackety machine. And the funniest thing is what we did in computer workshop was type out letters so that we could create a shape of something. Why would you learn that in a computer class? But that's what we learned, nevertheless. And now computers run everything. Okay, why can't I figure out how to do a link to this? I'm trying to go off of my laptop and, oh, please be kind to me. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, there it is. Okay. Copy. Okay, I think I finally got it. My goodness, technologically impaired. Okay, Control V. All right. That took about 5 minutes, it feels like. So the link is now in the description below. Hopefully you can get that now. All right, who else is here? Hi, Terry. Hi, Isabel. Aww. Okay, it's so awesome to see all of you. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm Noreen. This is my channel, The Crafty Organizer. I'm a professional organizer, though it feels like I don't get to organize anymore. So right now, I'm just looking for a fun, interactive day. I want you to feel like you're hanging out with some of your friends or family, and we're just crafting for a little bit. So get your drink of choice, comment what your favorite craft item is or what your favorite medium to craft with is. I love hearing all of these different things that you do, and let's get started with this today. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and get your template. And actually, let me give you guys just another minute for those of you who are just now getting that. But you're basically going to take the template, and when it first came out, it was a little bit smaller than what I wanted, so I blew mine up to be a little bit larger. And I think that's what I like about this, is you can absolutely scale it to be whatever size you want. I thought about being funny and making a large one, excuse me, out of foam core, but then I ran out of energy and I just didn't get it done. But you can scale this to whatever size you want to match the gift that you're giving, which I think makes it kind of fun. Once you've scaled it to the size that you want, I cut mine out ahead of time just so I have it ready. And what I like about the person who designed this is she shows you exactly where the score lines are, and then the solid lines are where the cut line are. So that's kind of a nice thing. Oh, Isabel, I'm sorry. That's okay. We'll go slow. And the nice thing about this, guys, is again, this is just to hang out. If you're doing the craft, you can always hit pause, you can rewind it, and you can rewatch it later. So no worries. Today is about no stress and just getting to hang out. So we're going to go ahead and take this and get ready to cut. And I did want to show you that this does fit. It's a little bit snug, but you can get two on a sheet of the 12 by 12 paper, but you can also use a thicker wrapping paper if you wanted to do it. I think that would be a little bit flimsy, so I do recommend a cardstock for if you're giving it as a gift. But if you're just going to have it as decor on your shelf, paper is fine, and you could choose whatever look that you want. I also got a little bit sneaky because I wanted this wood look, or the like the rustic look. I just used the inside of a box from Coca-Cola. You know, I'm always going to upcycle whenever I can. So I did have that as a look for the original birdhouse that I made, and I thought it looked really cute. So don't be afraid of hacking up something you have at home if you can upcycle it. So I'm going to start cutting one with you guys. And the first one that I'm making is going to match my office. So I'm going with the Tiffany blue. And this doesn't need to be a precision thing, so that's what I also like about it. You could just kind of draw it out first if you're worried about cutting the lines straight, but otherwise, you could just start cutting it across the lines. I'm reading. Hi, CG. Judy. Oh, I love seeing these names that I know. This is so cool. Hi, Jackie. You guys, I love seeing you on here. I really do. Is anybody else starting to get a little bit stir crazy out there? I know this is important. I know it's important. Ooh, but I need to get out. I get so much inspiration out of doing projects for other people. And I think that's what I'm missing the most, is going out and literally getting to help people. But it is what it is. I think I went over to my dad's yesterday and he needed a little closet organized, and I felt like I had just gotten to walk into Disneyland. Like, hey, let me help you with that. Okay, so as I'm cutting the square slightly past. You'll see that there's a solid line and then there's a dotted line. So you're cutting just barely past that because you want to be able to fold the score lines. You just barely want to cut into that corner. I hope that makes sense. So I'm getting mine all cut up. Almost done. And I have just this little cut left, and then I will be finished. I'm trying to cut it so you can see it and I can get it done. All right, so now I have the template finished, and you should have the little tiny cut lines in here so that you'll be able to score over. Now, if you have a boning tool, you can use that. If you have a scoring on your cutter, you can use that. Most of the time, I just kind of eyeball it and go in just a little bit. Again, this is kind of a cute little birdhouse. It's okay for it to look rustic and not so precision. So you just want to fold over a little bit where it meets the cut line. And I'm sure you can already see what we're going to be doing. That little scored edge is going to be what we adhere the side of the house to. So let's go ahead and score all of those in. And this is what you'll have then, is some little tabbies on both of the peak sides of the house. Nona Beth, thanks for asking. We just got an extra 3 months of our quarantine. She was asking, how is your area with the stay-at-home order? We were supposed to start being released. I'm here in Southern California, and we were supposed to get released the end of this month. They've opened up a couple of trial areas, but as far as businesses go, pretty much everything is still shut down. So, how about you guys? Who's still on lockdown? Okay, so now I've just folded up the edges and it's starting to look like this. Oh, Rancho Cucamonga is opening up. I might have to go for a drive. I'm trying to think of ways to do this super safely, be respectful of others. I don't want to contaminate anyone, but I know I'm healthy. It's such a weird, there's so many different opinions on this. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and tape my edges really quick here. And I'm just going to use the glue stick. It's the easiest, but again, use whichever glue is your preference. I know some of you like using the Mod Podge, some of you like using the Elmer's glue, some of you use dots. So that's what I like about crafting, is I get to watch other people, and I'll always be tempted to skip through as they're cutting or gluing, and then I remember you just might learn something by watching their technique, and I do. So I just ran my glue stick across here. And the nice thing about these little purple glue sticks that I get from the Dollar Tree is I could see where the glue is. It dries clear, but it also sticks pretty darn quick. So I am running the edge along the folded line. And once I feel like there's enough purple on there, I'm just going to go ahead and press the flat up against it. Use my finger to get a nice clean edge on the inside. And we have our first full side completed. So I have to ask, do you guys all watch live videos, or do you prefer the recorded ones ahead of time? I had a lot of requests to do a live, and I was really intimidated by it, but I don't know, I think I kind of like it. It's fun getting to see you and get to interact with you. And if you have any questions, ask me, and I will do a quick Q&A at the end. So who else is on here? Hi, Elizabeth. Cordelia says she watches both. Hazel says she watches both as interact. Yeah, the interaction is fun, isn't it? I've done a couple of lives and I always comment a lot. And it's so exciting when they say your name or when someone says your name. It's like winning the lottery all of a sudden. Hey Michelle, how are you? Okay, so now I've got all 4 of my sides done. And the roof is the easiest thing ever. It's a large rectangle and you just fold it and put it on top. Now what I liked about this design that this gal did is you see there's these little scalloped pieces right here. You'll need 4 of those and basically it just creates this little, excuse me, you'll need 6. It creates this little scallopy edge on there. So that's totally a design preference if you want it or not. I thought it was super cute, but it was a little difficult to adhere. I'm not going to lie about that. So I'll show you with both and you can decide which one you want. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out my little rectangle roof. And I think for this one, I don't know, do I want polka dot? Or do I want to stay with my toile-ish style that I do for everything? Or I can go with this white paper with a very faint black polka dots. What's your vote? Light with black polka dots, the toile that I use on everything, or black and white? What do you think? I'm waiting to see what everybody's saying. Hi Karen. Hi Kathy. Hi Lauren in the yarn. I think I'm going to go with the black and white polka dot. It's going to give me a little bit more whimsy and it'll break up the toile that I have going on here. So I'm just going to take the template. I like lining my paper up against a light object so I can get the line in sync with it, and that way I don't have paper waste. So you can see my paper that I'm going to use is actually inset, but when I turn it around backwards, it's lined up perfectly. Yep, everybody's saying polka dots. This is so cool. I love seeing you guys live. Okay, so let me just cut my square out really quick. And by doing it against the edge here, I have the least amount of waste, which I love having no waste if possible. So I just cut out the little rectangle and then folding this in half. So if you were doing this as a decorative item, believe it or not, your little birdhouse is done already except for decorating it. I want to go ahead and do the little scallopy edges just because I think it's super cute. Hi Sheila, there is no late. It's okay. It's so nice to see all of you guys. All right. Like I said, if you're doing the scallop edge, you will need 6. So here's what I did. On this one, it's easier on your paper cutter than trying to do these. So if you have one, go ahead and grab one. And what I did is I just cut 6, I think I did a 1 inch or a 3/4 inch. I did a 3/4 inch strip. And then I used those scissors that have the cute little edge on it. I don't know if you have these, but then I just scalloped it. But you can do it however you want. You can have a large scallop. You could have an interesting little, you know, this curly cues. You could do what you want, and that's why I like crafting. There's no right or wrong way. I used to go to a scrapbooking store where they did classes. This was when my kids were babies, and I loved getting away and getting to just go disconnect and craft for a little while. Except the one instructor that I had, she was brilliant and lovely, and I think I used to really frustrate her because I would get the idea and then go off on my own during the class, which was probably disrespectful, but I would get this great idea and just want to do my own. So eventually we kind of parted ways, but I loved doing the classes and getting the ideas and then kind of tweaking it so it was my own thing. So was it disrespectful? Let me know. That's a social clue. All right, so I'm cutting my little bits here. 3, 4, almost done here. All right, so I've got my little strippies, and I am just going to take my scalloped edge with the scissors here and cut them up. Okay, I'm reading again. Not disrespectful, but creative. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sheila. That's okay, Judy. Take your time. There's no rush. We're just hanging out. Everybody gets to go at their own pace. You can hit pause, and I, through the magic of the computer, will wait for you. So I just used my scissors to put that cute little scallopy edge on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it has just the little scallops on it. And with this, you do the same thing. If you have the boning tool or a scorer, just try and get a little bit of an edge on it. And what you'll do with this then is put a bead of glue on that tiny little fold, and then you set it, I'll show you on this side. You just glue it on the underside like that and go all the way around. So this is the only area where it will overlap, and I didn't worry about it. I just let them lay over one another. So I'm going to work on those real quick and read your comments while I continue cutting. I feel like everybody's having such a crazy spring. I like watching a couple of different YouTubers. White Cottage, I love her. She's out in Ohio, and she does these incredible upcycles. And on May 8th, she was doing a video where she was all excited about working on a project outside, and it snowed in Ohio. What? We have had 90-degree weather here in Southern California, and then it dropped down into the 50s again yesterday. It's crazy. What kind of weather are you guys having, and where are you from? I feel like we need to have just some good, calm spring weather now. Ooh, the Philippines. Wow. Oh, you guys all watch the White Cottage too. Isn't she awesome? I also like Alicia English. She's awesome. The Daily DIYer. I love her. I love the creative ideas. I like going on and seeing new ideas that I haven't seen before. I feel like there's a lot of ideas that get repeated, and I'm guilty of that too, but fresh ideas are always exciting. Oh, it's already hot in Florida. Alabama's hot. I need some heat. One of my favorite places to go to is Las Vegas. I'm not a big gambler, but I love the heat. I love lounging by the pool. I love people watching. Do you like people watching? I could sit in Las Vegas and find a little corner where they have one of those shady places and literally just people watch for a couple of hours. I find it fascinating. I've been meaning, Laura just said the White Cottage has an Etsy shop. I've been meaning to go on there, except right now while I'm home, I don't normally shop online. It's getting quite tempting, so I have to prevent myself from going and being tempted on things. But she, I wish, Laura, what's her name? Do you know her name? The White Cottage gal? I should remember her name. I feel bad now. But she's opening up her own little store by appointment only, and it makes me totally want to take a road trip just to go see her shop and see the things that she's made live and in person. Mary, you're right. That's it, Laura. Thank you. Yes, her name is Mary. She redid her kitchen counters the other day, and that was the look. So if you watch my videos, the other day I did a kitchen upgrade where I got just some inexpensive plank flooring, and I wanted to redo my kitchen counters. And what she ended up doing in her kitchen was exactly what I wanted, but she had these lovely thick wooden counters to begin with, so it was much easier. Anyway, I promised I was going to keep this under 30 minutes, and we're already at 25 minutes. So I've got my little strips here done, so I'm just going to go ahead and attach those on my own later because I want to show you what to do with the rest of this now. So with your little rooftop on here, if you flip it upside down, you can see where the edge of your house goes. So what I would do, excuse me going out of frame, is just get a little pencil and you're just gonna mark on your roof where the line of the house meets up. Let me see if I can make that darker so you could see it. So once you have those little lines on there, you could take an X-Acto knife or your scissors and slice along that. And then just take your ribbon and you're just going to slide it from the inside after you slice it with your X-Acto knife. And I didn't get all the way through on mine. There we go. I heard it. That one didn't go through either. I think it's time I get new blades on all of my X-Acto knives. Okay, so take your ribbon and you just push it through that little slot, and you want it flat. You also want to make sure it's not twisted as you go through, because this is going to be what holds your house up against the roof. And then push this side through. There you go. And then your house is going to hang underneath here, kind of like a swing. And you'll be able to set this down on your table, but I want to show you. So pull it evenly, and then you can tie the bow. Sorry, let me get my hands around this. Just tie the bow along the top. This is a horrible bow floating. But there is your little gift house now. So I saw some people, and this is totally up to you depending upon what you're putting inside. I saw some people cut a hole here, which again, absolutely okay. I found it was easier for me if I just cut out a little black circle and glued it on. So I'm going to do that really quick. And I used to have a circle hole punch. I have no idea what I did with it, so I need to add that onto my wish list of things to get once we're able to go out and go shopping again. I can't freehand things well. I don't know about you guys. Okay. I know, Sandra just asked, why are you crafting in the air? Because I can't figure out how to get a second camera. I'm so lame. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this on now. That's what the next segment is going to be called, Air Crafting with Noreen, because I don't know how to get a second camera set up. Okay, so I've just got that on there, and I would probably like that smaller. I might redo that once we're all done. And then for the little perch, you can use a small toothpick, or what I have, I use my little matchsticks. Yes, somebody just said matchstick. I use the little matchsticks that I get from the Dollar Tree often. Somebody asked what size circle. I would probably make mine half the diameter of what your house is. So in this case, I would like this to be smaller, but you can do whatever aesthetically looks best for you. If you're going to put candy in here and allow it to pour out, make it big enough so that the candy can pour out. So I'm going to cut my little toothpick in half, and I'm just going to use my little scissors here. And with my handy dandy glue gun, without burning yourself, boy isn't that always the case, put the tiniest bead of glue at the end, and I'm just going to attach it directly underneath here. And now you have a little perch. And yes, somebody just said, I can't see the name on here, somebody just said, great Christmas idea. I think if you've got some Christmas paper that you could start using now, this would make such an adorable little gift box for Christmas time. And you could add little poinsettias on there, a little holly. I think this is super, super cute. It's super quick and easy to make. And I just got these little silk flowers from Daiso. And I'm just going to draw a couple of stems and add these up around the top. But I think this was such a cute, quick idea, you guys. Tell me what you think below in the comments. And if you liked this live, please let me know. Share it with somebody who needed to just feel like they were connecting with somebody for a little bit. And let me know if you would like to do this again. Also, let me know what kind of craft you would like. I can either do it as a live or I could do it as an actual recording. But you have made me feel so much better today. I was feeling really distant and disconnected and struggling, and thank you for letting me feel like I have friends again. So I love you guys to pieces, and you are absolutely getting me through this live stream. So before I get emotional and start rambling, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will see you in 2 days. Bye. How do you stop? Stop. I don't know how to stop. Oh no. I guess I should have learned how to stop before I did all this. How do you stop? Are you sure you want to stop? Yes.